Hello, everybody. My name is Shamash, author of Mindfulness for Dummies. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how do you build your confidence to guide meditations. So, this is a challenge that comes up quite often, actually, because one of the things I do is train mindfulness teachers, and we've trained quite a few hundred. And the challenge that comes up is that they've done the training or even before the training, but how do you get the confidence to actually be in front of a group to actually guide a meditation? And to share with you how to do that, I'm going to share a story about how I managed to build my confidence to teach in schools. So I used to be a school teacher for 10 years and I taught teenagers aged 10 to 18. And for some reason, I thought it wouldn't be much of a problem. I kind of dived into it. And so I did a teacher training. So straight after doing my degree in engineering, I signed up to in London, there's a university called the Institute of Education. This is like one of the top places for training to be a teacher, and they train like 1,000 teachers at the same time, something like that, every year. So I went along to there, and then after just 1 week of training or something, or 2 weeks of training, it was really short. They said, okay, go off to school and you learn to teach by being at school. I thought, yeah, that makes sense. So I go along to this school, and it's an inner city school, challenging children, challenging behavior. And you just kind of get thrown into a classroom and say, okay, yeah, you're teaching science or you're teaching physics or chemistry. And I remember one lesson that I had to teach. So I hadn't been teaching for very long, and I was teaching about lasers, and this is a physics lesson. And I was actually very nervous because I was being observed by the school teacher. And I had all these children, various levels of special needs. So there's a couple of extra teachers there, and then someone from the Institute of Education to observe me as well to see if I was doing a good job or not. And I was so trying to, control my nerves and not be too nervous when I'm teaching in front of the class. And I was teaching about lasers and trying to manage their behavior, and wasn't doing that too well because of the normal teacher was very strict and I was a bit too relaxed, I think. So he was looking very stressed too. And I remember the final mistake I made at the end of the lesson is I was teaching about lasers and I'd left the laser on pointing towards the whole classroom. And luckily nobody looked into it. But that was one of the things that the teacher said, like, by the way, do you know you've got the laser switched on pointing towards the class? I'm like, oh, oops. And so, yeah, so I had all sorts of experiences that actually caused a lot of stress and anxiety while I was training. And there were days when I just really, really, really didn't want to go into that school. Many days, maybe, in fact, probably even months. And I came to a point where I just thought, okay, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to even carry on trying to be a school teacher. And what happened is that I went into the Institute of Education place, and the teacher trainer guy, and this was the process of building the confidence. So he said to me, okay, these are the things that you're doing wrong. You need to stand up in a different way, use a lower tone of voice, no need to shout, say this, don't say that. Be clear about your rewards and what the consequences are if they don't do it. So he gave training. Secondly, there was a community of people that I were involved in. So, I had other friends who were also training to become a school teacher. And so there's a community, and they were very supportive. So they said, you can do it. We're also going through the same thing. Maybe we can do this together. What's the difficulty that you're having? These are the difficulty I'm having. So we kind of helped each other. So there was the community. And the third thing was just to keep doing it. So every day going in and teaching a lesson, or every other day, not having too much of a heavy teaching load, because at the beginning it was a bit too much and they reduced it a bit for me and then increased it again. And that really, really helped too. So I worked out through that process, there was three pillars that were really key to building my confidence. And then by the end of the training, I was getting quite confident teaching classes, and I got rated to be a good teacher by the end of it, and then becoming a school teacher and a head of physics and all that. So I became a good teacher, but at the beginning I didn't have the confidence. And in the end, it just became so easy for me to teach. It was almost too easy. It became almost boring. Whereas at the beginning, it was too difficult. So how did I build a confidence? So I used the 3-stage approach. And this 3-stage approach worked for the mindfulness teachers that I trained too. So the first one is training. So you do need to know how to guide a mindfulness meditation. So I talked about the other day about using scripts, or you may use bullet points based on scripts, use scripts from people who are experienced at the beginning. So one of the things that I do is, in our program is share some scripts, so you got a bit of an idea of where to start from, and also listen to the guided meditations and get some ideas there. So that's the training. You need to know how to structure a guided meditation. Second thing, community. So it really, really helps if you're part of a community. If you're kind of just on your own and you're trying to do something, then first of all, you just may not do it. And if you do it and something goes wrong or you're not too sure, you just can't have a simple chat with someone, can you, easily? Whereas if you're part of a community, you can actually chat to people. And that's something we do with our Teach Mindfulness program as well. We have a community both during the program and afterwards, so people can chat to each other and support each other through that process. So training, community. And thirdly, for confidence, you need to have practice. So you need to be doing it every day, doing it regularly. So if you're guiding meditations, it doesn't matter if they're perfect or not. They could start off very, very short, but you practice. And through the practice, naturally, the confidence builds. You can't think your way to confidence. You need to do your way to confidence. Just made that up, but that sounds right. You need to take the action, and that's what will build the confidence. So in the same way, practice every day, or practice regularly at least. And something that the way we build confidence for the mindfulness teachers is that we pair people up into co-coaches, and they practice teaching mindfulness to each other. It's through that regular practice of teaching each other that the confidence naturally builds. So training, practice, and community, they're the 3-step process that I use to build confidence, just not only for mindfulness teachers, but for everything. So if you want to build confidence in a certain area, think about the training, practice, community, and how you can access those 3. So that's what I wanted to share about building your confidence to guide meditations. If you're not part of our kind of email list, if you check out shamashardina.com, and if you join that list, then I'm going to be sharing some opportunities for things like scripts. And also today, if you go to teachmindfulnessonline.com, I wonder if I have the link. Hey, watch this. This is clever. This is cool, this program. If you go there's a little quiz, and today I'm going to be giving a live presentation to go into a bit more detail about how to build confidence as a mindfulness teacher. So if that's something you're interested in, then you can check that out. And it's for people who are also interested in potentially training to be a mindfulness teacher with us. If that's of interest, then you can check that out. So thanks a lot for watching today. I'll be interested to know, how do you build confidence? Like, what areas do you want to build confidence in, and how do you do that? And what strategies work for you? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to find out. Or if you've got any questions, happy to try and answer them as well. Or maybe as a community, we can help each other and support each other. That's one of the good things about online, is the potential communities that come out of it. Right, everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 for our next live. Bye for now.